Hello and welcome to Random Cosplay Tip of the Day. Today's topic, Japanese sewing patterns. If you've cosplayed long enough, you're probably familiar with the sewing patterns that you can pick up at your local craft store. But you might not be aware of Japanese sewing patterns. You can get them specifically for cosplay or for alternative styles like Lolita fashion. Here's a few things that you need to know about them. I wouldn't recommend using Japanese sewing patterns if you're a complete beginner to sewing patterns in general, because unless you know Japanese, the diagrams and instructions could be very confusing. Another thing to keep in mind is sizing. Everything is going to be in the metric system too, so if you're not used to that, you're going to have to make some conversions. Also, Japanese sizing runs small, so you may have to go up a size than your normal size. Now, in Western patterns, you may be used to something like this, where it's printed on tissue paper, all separate. Not so with Japanese patterns. They are all printed overlapping each other on one sheet. In order to get the pieces, you have to first find the style you want and then the numbers corresponding with the pieces you need. And then you need to find those numbers on the edges and use the color coding to figure out which pieces you need. Then take any tracing paper you like, I'm using parchment paper here, lay it out on the pattern, and begin tracing the pieces you need. This will take some adjusting and you're gonna have to really squint and be careful. And when you're tracing it, be sure to leave some extra room because on top of everything, you're also gonna have to add in your own seam allowance. Most commercial patterns already have the seam allowance built into the pattern, but for Japanese patterns, you have to do them yourself. And once you've got all of your pieces, cut out the pattern pieces, and then you can start laying them out on the fabric. I hope this helped you guys.